Okay, so this one is going to be about quotations, and the first thing we're going to talk about is the concept of plagiarism. So I know you guys already know this, that it's taking someone else's words, ideas, or other intellectual property, passing it off as your own. So when using quotes from a source, write down your page numbers, your titles, authors for later reference. If you're paraphrasing from works we read in class, no citation is needed. So if you're paraphrasing ideas from an outside source, citations are needed. For this particular paper, for your summer reading paper, you're not using any other sources except the two books that we read, The Book Thief and Night. So if you're paraphrasing, you don't have to cite. If you are using a quote directly from the actual books, then you use the author's last name and the page number. So, only put quotes around details you take directly, word for word, from the book. And then you cite by putting last name and page number and parentheses, so it's Weasel 13. And then quotes are used to support your argument. So this means they're not used to further support plot. So you need to use your arguments and then support it with the actual quotes. And for the quotes, only use what you need. Many students quote large sections of fluff when they only need a small point. So if you have a really large quote, you can definitely cut it down to only use what you absolutely need. We're going to work on this. Work on incorporating quotes into your own sentences to make things flow. So you don't have sentences and then just a random quote plopped in and then, you just keep writing. So an example, this is from Anthem, which is one of my sophomore books. Fear is used to control citizens when they are told men who go into the uncharted forest perish from hunger and from the claws of the wild beast which roam the forest. So you can see the quote, if I took those quotation marks out, it would seem like just a regular sentence. You want the whole thing to flow together. And then you can see how I cite the author and page number at the end. And the last thing is paraphrasing. Just remember that changing one word does not make something a paraphrase. So you're taking ideas and just putting it into your own words. If you're only changing a word or two from a sentence, just use the whole thing as a quote.